Hey, this is Terry. Just read a book called The Comfort Crisis, and the guy just talked about what are the experiences you're going to remember the most at the end of your life, or what are the experiences that have shaped you. And it got me thinking about listing all my experiences. And one of the most memorable experiences was when I traveled to a youth hostel in Helsinki, of all places. And I ended up meeting a London Times art critic, and that was traveling around Europe. I ended up also meeting a guy who was a priest and a police officer from Detroit who was taking care of orphans at the time in Moscow. And we actually were roommates traveling around and happened to meet in this particular youth hostel in Helsinki. And one day we found ourselves in a tea house, and it was in a park with 30-foot windows, absolutely magical place with the sun coming in. And we just sat there and chatted about our lives and our experiences, and I learned a lot about art and what kind of artists were important, what kind of arts and what kind of artists this critic was chasing around Europe and writing about. And I learned about a guy who was a police officer to a priest to helping out orphans in Moscow, like decades ago. And it was just a purely magical moment. It was one of those moments where you learn so much about life, about the world out there, about humanity, and we became really good friends in those 2 or 3 days that we stayed together. And that particular discussion I'll never forget for the rest of my life, and it opened my world. I have a whole new world in front of me, I thought, and I want to travel more and meet more people like that, have those kind of experiences. You can stay at a 5-star hotel, you can go to St. Bart's with your yacht, or you can, post all that stuff. But when you have those deep bonds that you make with humans that you've never met, and you realize how big the world is out there, we all want the same thing. We all want happiness. We all want health. We all want a safe roof above our heads, and we also would like to experience a very deep well-being. And that's what I experienced in those few days. I'll never forget it for the rest of my life. I'll take it to my grave. So what life experiences you had that will be unforgettable for you and reshaped your world? Take care.